Hi guys, welcome back, and in this video I will show you how I personally optimize my expert advisors in order to receive valid results. So I hope that you have seen my previous video about optimization, where I went over the complete basics. I showed you how to optimize, why we optimize, and all of that simple stuff. And this video will be a little bit more advanced because I will explain to you what are the goals of optimization and also why is optimization so difficult to do right. Because if you are a developer of expert advisors, you surely know that the process of optimization is as significant as the process of development. Therefore, if you have a good EA but you don't know how to optimize it properly, then the results in the live trading won't be that good. So yeah, that's it. Just keep in mind that this is my approach to optimization, so I am not saying that this is the best approach there is. Of course, like if you go really in depth of the optimization, I'm sure that you would come up with a much more difficult and reliable approach to optimization, but yeah, for me this is enough. Okay, so when you are optimizing, you want to avoid one thing, and that is overfitting your expert advisors. Overfitting basically means that you are cherry picking the best settings that work only on your testing data, but they don't perform well on the data that the expert advisor haven't seen before. Okay, so that's like your biggest obstacle. And also there are many more obstacles, but this is the major one that you should focus on. Now, how you can avoid overfitting? The first, okay, so the answer depends on your period of optimization. If you optimize your EA on a longer period of time, so for example 10 years of data, then you don't have to be that worried about overfitting, because because if you can find a good settings for the last 10 years, for example, then the settings went through different market cycles, different conditions, and it proved itself to be profitable in all of those. So that's one approach, to choose a big enough time span. And the second approach, more like a scientific based approach, is to use the forward optimization method that you can see right here. And I will explain this method right now. So let's say that I select this forward optimization, and you can also do so if you go to genetic optimization. You can here choose the forward. So if you don't use the forward, click no, but I will use it for now. And how does it work? So let's say that we want to optimize our EA for the last 4 years, okay? And yeah, so I select here my input parameters, how I want to optimize them, and things that I will do in a bit here. And then I go back to settings and I choose this forward optimization at my time period. And how does the forward optimization work? So if I choose a time span of 220 till 224, and I choose forward optimization of 1/2, this means that in a process of optimization, in the first part, my expert advisor will be optimized on the first half of this time span. So it will be optimized till 2022. So on the half, okay? So on the first 2 years it will be optimized. And then the tester will take these optimized results, and then it will test these results or the settings that were optimized on the second half of our data that the expert advisor haven't seen before. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. If not, I can not paint. Okay, I will try to visualize it here. So let's say this is your starting point of testing, this is your end point of testing. Okay, so this is your like testing period or optimization period. And if you select forward of half, then this is your half in the start and age half. Okay, and now this is the first half, and this first half is for O, which stands for optimization. Okay, so here you optimize. Then you take these settings to the second half, which is right here. Okay, this looks bad, but it doesn't matter. And then you test these optimized settings. And after the testing period, you can see how each of the settings perform in both of these periods. So that's how the forward optimization works. Now, with what you also don't want to do, or in my opinion, what you don't want to do, is to forward optimize over, for example, 10 years. And that's simply because if you do so, you will see that the results for most of the EAs are very, very bad. And yeah, so that's why I would recommend to use forward optimization only on like max to 5 or 6 years of data, and anything above that, don't use forward optimization. But it's just my approach. Of course, like statistically speaking, the best way to optimize your EA is to always use the forward optimization. But yeah, that's something you have to think about yourself and decide for yourself. Okay, so now let's optimize. So as I said, also please note that in this tutorial I will be using 1 minute OHLC because it doesn't take that much time. And just keep in mind that if you are optimizing your EA that you want to use on your live account, then you should always use everything based on real ticks. But just for the sake of saving time, I will use this 1 minute method. And yeah, let's get to optimization. Now about the inputs. So as I've talked before about not overfitting, there are also some rules that apply to optimizing the inputs that you have to follow. So the first rule is that you don't want to optimize all of your settings at once. This depends on how many settings you have, of course. But yeah, if you have, like, for example, 15 settings, then you don't want to optimize all of them at once. What you want to do is that you want to like divide them into groups that go together. So for example, you want always to optimize take profit and stop loss together. yeah, you don't want to do that. You optimize take profit and, for example, trailing stop and some other parameter in the first step of the process, and in the second optimization you will optimize stop loss with something different. That's not something what you want to do. But yeah, you want to in one round of optimization, you want to optimize up to 5 parameters, not more than 5 parameters, up to 5 parameters. So that's something that will also avoid overfitting for you. So yeah, let's optimize. So period, this is just like a parameter that is needed for my EA. So this is for finding highs and lows. Extremum, this is just a different parameter that also has to be optimized. So we have 1, 2, then hours to expire. This is for our pending positions. 3, so, and then 4 and 5. Or you can also say that take profit and stop loss, because they go together. This is like one parameter that you are optimizing. Okay, so this is like, I'll change this to 1 or 0.5, let's say. Okay, so these are the settings that I want to optimize in my first process. And then in the second process, what I can do is that I can, for example, focus on trailing stop and time filters and such things like that. Okay, so now I have selected the input parameters that I want to optimize. The next thing that you want to avoid is to select with this step parameter right here. What you don't want to do is to, for example, select the step parameter to 1, okay, because then it goes over all of these different combinations. So it goes 5, 6, 7, 8 till it hits 55, and that's something that could be this is something that helps to overfit the expert advisor. And if we said that we don't want to do something, that would be to overfit the expert advisor. So always choose like some normal numbers here. Don't go crazy on setting it too low. Yeah, you can focus on finding the best settings then in the next process. Okay, so these are the settings that I will be using. And now I'll go back to the settings, Euro USD for last 4 years and forward. Okay, so now I click OK, and now in the optimization results you can see the results for the last 2 years. Because as I've said before, with forward optimization you test on the first half of the total period, and then you test on the second half. Okay, so let's wait for this to finish. Okay. Okay, it should be done in a moment. And also I am okay, Euro USD, that should be okay. Yeah, just one more tip that I have for you that I can tell you is that in the agents, if you go to agents, here you can choose what you want to use for your optimization. If you use local agents, then the optimization will be done on your computer or laptop. So this is okay, like if you are using a good piece of computer or laptop that has a lot of power, let's say. But if you are using a laptop or computer that is not that good with its performance, then what you can do is that you can switch to MQL5 cloud network. And this means that you are connecting to MQL5 network and you are optimizing or testing on their servers, which is far faster for me, for example. What you have to keep in mind is that you have to pay for the service. It's not that that expensive. So yeah, that's what I'm using. Okay, and now you can see that here this is our optimization part and this is our testing part. You can see it by this saying the forward test, and this is like the chart that you see with optimization. And here are our results. So it created another tab for us called forward results, and here you can see all of the data you need. So in the first step you see forward. So this is like how the EA performed on data it haven't seen before, and this is the backtest. So this is like the optimization results. So now how to deal with something like this. What I am trying to find in these results is always some kind of compromise, let's say. I don't know if that's the right word, but what I am trying to say, that you want to have a good results on forward and on backtest as well. So what I don't want to see, for example, is that you can see that the best forward test had a really bad backtest, and that's not something I am aiming for. What I am aiming for is, for example, something like this. This is something that looks very nice to me. So it has a good forward test and also a very good backtest. So what I then do is that I check the other metrics, so total trades. Keep in mind that this number of positions is only for the second half. So this is like 130 positions over the last 2 years, which is good. And then yeah, profit. This is the profit factor here. Drawdown, and these are the settings. So then what I can do is that I can run this single test. But here I will stop this before it ends, or no, I will run this right here, and you can see that this is how the test looks like. This graph shows that our take profit is higher than our stop loss, which is okay with me, I would say. Yeah, and just keep in mind that this this jump down, this is not a loss, but it like goes back to the initial state for the second half. If I go to the settings and click on forward, I don't want to use forward, then you can see that the graph looks like this. Yeah, which is not bad. Me personally, I don't like expert advisors where take profit is higher than stop loss. Yeah, but this doesn't make the results invalid. So this is the first option. With this option, you can make sure that you are not overfitting and that the results that you are getting can be used on a real account. I will try to find some setting where take profit is lower than stop loss, but it seems like that for this particular strategy it's okay here. So take profit and stop loss are nearly the same. So if I run this, for example, then yeah, okay, so this looks even better for me. So this is the first option, and now let's go to the second option that I've talked before, and that is to optimize your EA over a long enough period. So in this case, I don't want to use a forward option. I just want to do something like this, where I go lower with the years. So now it will be optimized over last 9 years. And just for fun, I can choose a different symbol. And yeah, so just let's click on genetic optimization and let's start. Okay, so this might take a while, so let's wait. And what else I could tell you about optimization? Yeah, one more thing comes into mind, and that is that it's very rare to find an expert advisors that can work in all conditions. So if you are optimizing your expert advisor with the forward feature, and you optimize it like over last 4 years, for example, then it's more common to see that you will receive very good results. Okay, and yeah, those results will be valid, and you can use them, of course, and you will get better results than if you were using a setting that performed well over the last 10 years. Yeah, but there's also a downfall, and that is that the forex conditions do change. So there will be a time when your super optimized setting will stop working for you, and that's simply because you selected too low period of optimization. So for example, for years, so your EA just experienced like a few forex cycles, or not all of those different conditions that it could have experienced, and therefore the settings will stop working for you. After they stop working for you, the thing you have to do is that you have to optimize your EA once again and update the settings. And now it depends on you whether you are comfortable with updating your EA's results like every month or so in order to get the best results, or if it's better for you to okay, now I'm seeing here. Okay, this is okay. So where was I? Yeah, it depends whether you are comfortable with updating the EA's settings each month, for example, or whether it's better for you to have like settings that you know that work over all of the different conditions, and then you can just use it and leave it for many years to run. So that's also something that you have to think about, yeah, because that can be also a real issue. And the next thing that I can also share with you is about different conditions with different brokers. So if your EA is a scalping EA, which means that it uses some form, for example, of trailing stop, or like very tight take profits or stop losses or anything like this, then you have to keep in mind that these types of EA are really dependent on good conditions from your server. And yeah, so for example, if you want to sell your EA and you optimize your EA on one broker, on your broker, for example, and the results are very good, but the EA is using like very tight take profit or tight stop loss, then if someone tests the EA out on different conditions, so for example on a different provider, then the results will differ heavily. So that's also something you have to keep in mind. So it's always a better option to use like higher take profits and stop loss. It's also more difficult to come up with EA that can use higher take profits and stop losses, because it's relatively easy to come up with EA that can like takes 10 points as take profit and 2000 points and stop loss and is profitable when optimized. Yeah, so that's also something you have to keep in mind. So this is our optimization so far, and I don't think that I will be waiting for it to complete. So we have enough data for just like showcasing of these results, and let's go over them. So what can I see? So the best result is perfect with 1.3 profit factor, but the same thing that I've talked about before, and that is this total positions. This really bugs me here, because if you have 165 positions per over 10 years, then this is like 16 positions over 1 year, which is not great. So then I go back and I see that, for example, this is far better for me, because yeah, this is 50 positions per year, which is something that I can work with. So if I test this out, then you can see that also take profit is higher than the stop loss, so that's why the graph seems like this or looks like this. Yeah, but it still works. Okay, so I think this is everything for this video. I hope that this was helpful to you, and now that you know how to optimize your EA and what you should avoid when optimizing your EA. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.